Vegucated, directed by Marissa Miller-Wolfson, by Alyssa Borrillo.
Vegucated was about a lady asking 3 total strangers to be vegan for 6 weeks. The 3 strangers are meat and cheese-loving New Yorkers. Ellen, Brian, and Tesla are the 3 strangers. Narrated and directed by Marissa Miller-Wolfson. This documentary explains the health benefits of the vegan diet and how it protects the planet. It exposes the meat, dairy, and egg industries, also exposing the inhumane and cruel treatment of animals during the meat processing.
The author. She is a vegan herself after watching a documentary on animal agriculture. She made the documentary and other ones to explain what she was going through and why being a vegan is a good idea. She is credible and went through challenges to prove things in the documentary that would not be boring, but to show the true crisis going on. Tesla Lobo. Tesla was a 22-year-old college student that lives with her family in Queens, New York. She is Honduran and doesn't like vegetables or beans. She loves the challenge, which is why she took on this 6-week process, also without her family helping her. Brian Flegel. Bartending bachelor from California who now lives in Harlem. He is a meat lover and thinks his German mother's cooking is the best.
Ellen Mosner. She is a psychiatrist and stand-up comedian, has a daughter named Debbie and a son named Mark. She is also a single mom that doesn't have time to cook, but she loves kosher hot dogs, but not the cholesterol due to heart disease in her family. Articles. Baby chicks are thrown onto an assembly line like inanimate objects while the sick are discarded and ground up alive. Veg News Daily. Special diet requests have become so common that chefs and restaurant owners are planning ahead by designing dishes that meet various dietary restrictions. AJC. It's increasingly evident, however, that a part-time vegan diet, one that emphasizes minimally processed plant food at the expense of everything else, is the direction that will do the most to benefit human health, increase animal welfare, and reduce environmental impact. The New York Times. Among a group of 70,000 participants, researchers determined that vegetarians had a 12% lower risk of death compared to non-vegetarians. Time magazine. About the film. This documentary showed people the glass walls of slaughterhouses. New York is not inherently vegan-friendly either. They visited a farm sanctuary along the way and learned about animal agriculture. Also discovered the disturbing side of factory farms. They started out not knowing how they will get through the 6 weeks, then about halfway through they find themselves not really caring if they get arrested to trespass and see how animals are actually treated. Global. A global vegan diet of conventional crops would reduce dietary emissions by 87% compared to a token 8% for sustainable meat and dairy. In light of the fact that the overall environmental impact of livestock is greater than that of burning coal, natural gas, and crude oil, this 87% cut 94% if the plants were grown organically would come pretty close to putting 350.org out of business.
Local. Supporting local regional food systems helps support local sustainably run farms, can help protect our health and the health of our communities, and help stimulate local economies. Local sustainably produced farm fruits and vegetables are often fresher as they do not require long distances for transport and thus can be harvested closer to peak ripeness. National. Switching to a vegan diet is an important move for the environment. It is much more effective than turning off the lights when you're not using them or shutting the water when you brush your teeth. People with a meat-eating diet are reducing our natural resources. Changing to a vegan diet or even minimizing the meat in your diet would help to save water. Meat-eating diets pollute our air and water. Farmers spray the manure on their fields, which can spread to diseases. Analysis. Being a vegan would definitely help with health problems. The food is not that bad, actually kind of tasty. We hear about all these diseases from the meat we eat, but if we did not have it processed or did not eat it, we would not have these problems. Plus, vegetables are very good for us, and there are other ways to get our protein. How do you feel about this topic?